Hello and welcome on the 1st of May to Lifting Your Business, applying weight training principles to success. What an interesting title. And it's something that I've been really thinking a lot about recently when I'm doing my work in the gym, because I've recently started to lift bigger weights and I'm asking myself, hey, what are the questions, what are the learnings that we can apply from lifting bigger weights, from getting stronger to our businesses and our day-to-day life? And there you can see we've got sound, and that's great to see. And amazing. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to those of you joining live. Leave me a comment in the box. Let me know if you're live. If you have any questions on what we're talking about, let's discuss it out. Otherwise, leave me a hashtag replay. My name is Rishi Patel. I'm the founder of Selling in Alignment, where I work with coaches and consultants to reprice and package their services so they can discover and live their bigger purpose. So let's get straight into our topic. Well, what are the lessons we can learn from weight training, or indeed any kind of physical activity that really challenges us, that really pushes us, that we can take and apply into our day-to-day businesses as coaches, as consultants? Well, the first one is building resilience. See, when we're picking up weights, one of the things that we need to understand is now this is a challenge, and it doesn't matter what size of weight you are choosing to use in the gym or at home, or, this applies to anything. Let's talk about, for example, a completely different sport. Let's talk about cycling, right? I mean, getting on that bike and having a gear in which you're cycling, it can really give you a challenge, right? If you're going up a hill, for example, and that you can't see the top of, that can really challenge you. That can really push you. All of these require resilience. And that resilience is something that we can easily cross-apply into our business. Isn't that powerful? As a coach or a consultant, you know that when you get onto the phone to some new prospects, some people that have come in as potential leads, they may very easily turn around and say to you, hey, hang on a second, I'm not really particularly interested in this transformation. I'm not particularly interested in working with for this reason. And what we require from this then is the resilience to be able to say, hey, okay, that was one person, and that doesn't matter because I've already affected change in many people. And what this person says doesn't matter. I have that resilience. And that's one of the key lessons that we can learn straight away from picking up weight back into our coaching or consulting business. Isn't that powerful? Just to look at it in that way, isn't that different? So it's one of the key lessons that I've learned over time from doing that. Now, one of the things that I also want to do in the gym is get better, is to be able to build more strength. And the only way you can really build more strength is by lifting more, is by picking up more weight, is by doing something that's really going to challenge the muscles. And what happens is there's a concept that I have very basic understanding of called progressive overload. And why I like this concept is because it's something else we can apply to our business as well. So progressive overload is picking up slowly and gradually bigger and bigger weight as you go along through your journey. Now, you could be doing the same exercise. Let's say, for example, a chest press, or let's say, for example, a shoulder press where you hold two dumbbells, you push up in a vertical movement and you're right above your shoulders and you're really working the shoulders. Now, I could pick up the same, let's say, 10-kilogram weight on both hands and just do that for 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks. Nothing wrong with that. Unless I want to get a development, unless I want to grow my shoulders a little more, that's going to be a problem, because if I'm not picking up more weight, one of the things I really want to do is I want to be able to grow those muscles. So I need to pick up more weight. Now, you may choose to just stick to the same weight. There's nothing wrong with that. If, however, you want the growth and you want the muscles to grow, and from my very limited understanding, once again, of weight training, you really want to get a muscle tissue tear inside of the muscle group that you're working. And then after that, have the body an opportunity to heal that muscle tissue, grow it with protein. So one of the things that we really can take away from this is, are we pushing bigger weights in our business? Are we doing something that's really leveling up the energy and really challenging us? Hey, welcome to all of you joining live. It says Intention Monday. My name is Rishi Patel, and we're really talking about weight training principles that you can apply into business success. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know what your takeaways are from this. And I'd love to get an understanding of if this really resonates with you as a message. This is something that I've been finding so powerful because one of the things that we can do in our business to really push us a little bit out of our comfort zone to get that progressive overload principle from the gym into business is maybe just going out and talking to more people, maybe networking with people from a different country using online video conferencing. Now, what is it for you specifically as a coach or a consultant you can really take away from this in order to just flex that muscle in your business that little bit more to get you that little bit more of a push to get that muscle growth from this progressive overload principle? It's really exciting. So, one of the last things I want to talk about is tracking. And this is something that I've come across coaches and consultants don't do enough of. From my experience of working with coaches and consultants in the field, when I ask them, because we want to grow their business, we want to scale the business of a coach or a consultant so they can live their wider purpose. One of the things we have to do inside of that is tracking. And a lot of what we see is a lack of tracking. We need the metrics. So what I do in the gym is I actually track my workouts. So this sheet basically shows me at the top here the week that I'm in. So you can see I'm in week 3 of this program. And this on the left-hand side is basically showing me what's the actual group that I'm working. So you've got chest, you've got back, you've got shoulders, and then you've got on the back of this sheet, I've got quads, hamstrings, triceps, biceps. So you've got all these different muscle groups. And as I go along, I'm able to track the weight that I'm lifting on any given week. Now, my whole goal here is to be able to get stronger. So what I'm looking to do is very gradually just increase the weight. Why do I want to increase the weight? Because I want to tap into that overload, progressive overload principle. And why do I want to tap into that? Because I want to get that muscle tissue tear in order to rebuild those muscles, in order to build those muscles stronger, in order to grow muscle. And so again, are we tracking in our business with this level of intricacy as to what's going on? And it may not look like, of course, it's not going to look like weights, but there's an equivalent of weights that we can apply to our business, which is, of course, how many people have we reached out to on a given week, right? How many conversations have we had? How many actual leads have we generated? Of which, how many of those leads became appointments, right? How many people actually came onto a call with us and actually spoke to us, connected to us one-to-one? And how many of those then became sales? So what we really want to understand is this process, and then how can we regenerate that process? But if we don't have the tracking, and if we don't have the mechanisms in place to really track progression, as a coach or a consultant, to want to grow the business, to scale the business, it's going to become harder. This is one of the first conversations we have with new coaches at Selling in Alignment, which is, look, what's the goal? What do you want to create? And they'll say, okay, well, look, I want to get my business from £80,000 to £200,000 next year. Fine. So how are we going to do that? What do we need to level up and what do we need to scale? And which part of the system isn't working right now? And when we look at the metrics, there's a lot of information missing. So tracking is so, so, so important, especially if you want to tap into these principles of scalability, which is absolutely what I want to see when I work with coaches and consultants. I stand for transformation for coaches and consultants. I campaign for coaches and consultants to reprice and package themselves. I want to see coaches and consultants really live their true value, charge their true worth, and be able to tap into that potential, that power, to then be able to stand and have the resources to really live their purpose. And I'm going to stand for that for my clients and even beyond. So I'd love to know what you tapped into from this live. I keep these lives to just 10 minutes because I want them to be short, sharp, intentional Mondays. As setting up our week as we want to progress it, as we want to see growth in our week, as we want to go into the week with a certain mindset. I want to tap into really that intentionality. And that very much is the word behind these, what I call Intention Mondays, where we just tap into this. So let me know what you took away. I'd love to connect with you. Hashtag replay if you're watching us on replay. Let me know what stood out to you the most. Until the next time, keep selling in alignment.